Ambulances worked late, ferrying injured protesters to hospital. Some had been hit by shotgun pellets. Some showed the bullets they say had been fired at them. Others were overcome by tear gas. Even a soldier was caught up in the violence, brought in for treatment by helpful civilians. But it's not the army that protesters in Port Said are battling, it's the police.
They're firing nerve gas at us, the dirty Interior Ministry.
For hours, the city centre was filled with clouds of tear gas, while demonstrators set the governor's office alight with petrol bombs and the Interior Ministry next door in protest of what they say is excessive force used by riot police.
They're firing this at us. Why? All we want is to avenge the martyrs. Look what they're firing at us. They have snipers.
Since the beginning of the year, more than 40 civilians have been killed in clashes in Port Said. But police are dying too. Since Sunday, 3, 2 of them shot dead by unknown gunmen. Overshadowing it all are the events of 1 year ago, when 74 Cairo football fans died at the hands of Port Said fans in a match in the local stadium. Trials are ongoing, and so far 21 Port Said residents have been sentenced to death for their part in the violence. Many in this city are unhappy with the judicial process. Behind the antagonism towards the authorities, and specifically the police, lies a boiling resentment of President Morsi's government, which some residents of Port Said, but not all, view as illegitimate. There are some in this city who see Port Said as leading a counter-revolution. At the very least, they're trying to prove the government can't govern here. On Port Said's dark streets, protesters called for the army to take over running the city. And only 2 years after the people of Egypt toppled President Mubarak, they're calling again for the overthrow of the regime of President Morsi. Anita McNaught, Al Jazeera, Port Said.
94 people accused of plotting to overthrow the government have gone on trial in the United Arab Emirates.